Girl, I'm so sorry, and I know that you really care for me. It was just a drink, so don't vex with me. You say I always gone and you don't see me. You're going on and on, but can't drink with me. Anytime I ask you, you're too busy. Now the liquor will be my company. Girl, I love you, so why you only stressing me? All my partners, they're watching and they're laughing at me. What you trying to do, girl, it's only you, baby. I don't want another. Women over there, I not drinking rum forever, but I need a shot of liquor, cause I need to ease the pressure. Women over there, I not drinking rum forever, but I need a shot of liquor, cause I need to ease the pressure. When I'm with my partners and we liming, shotting for Johnny and punching. Girl, you only calling and knocking, thinking that I'm being deceiving. Every day I buy the bar, I just carry me sober. So tell the bartender to bring the rum and chaser. Women over there, I not drinking rum forever, but I need a shot of liquor, cause I need to ease the pressure. Women over there, I not drinking rum forever, but I need a shot of liquor, cause I need to ease the pressure. Girl, I want to ask you to marry. I could see a future with me. No, I'm drinking more cause I'm unhappy. Why you had to go away and leave? Every day I buy the bar, I just carry me sober. So come and meet me here and let we drink together. Women over there, I not drinking rum forever, but I need a shot of liquor, cause I need to ease the pressure. Women over there, I not drinking rum forever, but I need a shot of liquor, cause I need to ease the pressure.
A very pleasant good evening and welcome to From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken right here on Island Zone Radio. It's a beautiful Monday evening. It's not too bad today. I was able to get a lot of work done in the yard. And beside me, it's the beautiful Ariana V. Ariana, a beautiful good evening to you. How are you doing?
Good evening, Ken. I'm doing well, trying to recover from last night.
You are trying to. I must apologize for Diraj. He says that I think there would be a lot of fire in the studio, so he decided not to come. My co-host, Ms. Radhika Olarti, she is in Florida. I didn't see she logged in yet, so we will continue the show. She had all my questions and everything, so I didn't get anything as yet. Nevertheless, we will continue the show with myself and Miss Ariana. Now, you know, we really want to talk about the pageant last night at Kiss Entertainment Center. And, you know, when I was in there, I say to myself, I really want to talk about this pageant today. I did not realize there was so much controversy in this pageant, to be very honest with you. And so I was at the not too long ago wondering, should we continue to show? Diraj is not here, my co-host is not here. And so we have decided that, you know what, we will talk a little bit about, we will talk about what we saw last night. I want to keep it positive. I know it's a hot button issue that it's a lot of people commenting about negatively about what's happened last night, but and a lot of people got a lot of personal issue with Miss Lakshmi Singh and so many other people. Today, we want to talk about the pageant itself, what you and I see during last night. And I'll be honest with you, I'll be fair and frank, but I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that I contacted a couple of the young ladies who were in the pageant last night, and to bring them on the show so we could get the bottom of this. I would also want to talk to Miss Lakshmi Singh to see what she wants to say with all these allegations that's going on. Also, I want to talk to Miss Padmini. I want to hear what Padmini has to say concerning this pageant that went on. I know that Padmini and Lakshmi Singh, both of them went into this as a collaboration. Both of them, I listened to them very carefully at the Flamingo restaurant and bar, and I heard that it was, yes, it was Padmini's idea, but I'm glad that she was able to team up with Lakshmi, who has a lot of pull in our community. Unfortunately, you know, at the last moment, on the day of this pageant, there was a letter circulating that Padmini will no longer be associated with the pageant. And I felt kind of bad. But like I said, please, we're going to talk about what we see last night, but I promise that I will make sure that we get to the bottom of all of this that happened. So I could not sleep. All day my phone is going off. Ken, what do you think? Ken, I want you to be fair. And I got to be honest with people. There is only one thing I know in life is how to be fair and to be frank. I really don't like to choose sides because I don't want people to choose sides where I'm concerned. And so, like I said, tonight we will be talking about what we saw at the pageant. Ariana, do you want to start?
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, Ariana is a radio personality right here in Queens, New York, and she could dance. I forgot to mention to you guys that next month, on the 19th of November, I have an award for men's. A couple of men in our community who have supported our show, and men in our community who have really worked hard. That we've decided that we will let them know that we're going to acknowledge them for International Men's Day, something that's first. So guys, tickets is $50, and all the proceeds that I get, it will be going towards the underprivileged, the underserved people in Guyana. And I don't care who vexed with me. I will put up decent picture of some of the things that I'm doing. The least I want is people to bash me and to call me a thief. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching From Our Hearts with Rodika and Ken. But tonight, my friend right next to me is no other than Ariana. Ariana, like I said today in our conversation, I said, Ariana, I want you to be honest, frank, fair. What was your take on this last night?
So, what I've seen last night, and this is just from my perspective,
Right.
because everyone have their own point of view.
Right.
It was a spectacular event. It was well planned. There were organization. These girls look like they put into a lot of work. They put in a lot of work. And each one of these contestants, these delegates, these Lotus Beauties, they really tried their best on that stage. And even to the ambience of the place, it was just so welcoming. I mean, it was truly an event to remember. I mean,
I will tell you that when I went in, I asked and I saw what was going on. I asked Dheeraj, can you come with me on the show today, and so that we can get to talk a little bit about this show? Because I was very impressed with the planning and all of this. And when I say planning, let me be very frank, let me be very fair, and I'll watch the camera. When I say planning, I mean Miss Padmini was a part and a parcel of all of this that we saw last night. Forgive me if I don't use past tense and all these kind of things. But yes, I want to include her in this conversation. Miss Padmini was part and parcel of what happened last night. Unfortunately, she was not was there last night. And while I was there, I felt bad too because, you know, I know that Lakshmi, Padmini, and a lot of people were there, and they all planned to have a successful show. And the show, to be honest, was successful. But my heart bleeds a little bit for Padmini because when I listened to her at the Flamingo restaurant and bar, she was putting her heart and soul into this. Ariana, I don't know what really went wrong between the pageant, starting the pageant, to last night. I don't know, and I don't want to make speculations. But we will get to the bottom of all of this, of why did she pull out of this thing? I read the letter that was circulating yesterday, and it was some terrible allegations that was made in this letter: abuse, disrespect, bullying, sexual harassment. It's a lot of things that I don't go for. I start the Ken Rampersaud Show in 2018 because of suicide prevention, domestic violence, abuse, bullying. Those are the platforms that I stand strong on. And when I read that letter, I'm like, oh my God, how this pageant is going to go today. Because at the end of the day, Ariana, I wanted this focus really should not be focused on Padmini, should not be focused on me, you, or anybody else. This pageant should have been focused on the girls and the girls alone. However, I was so impressed with the pageant. I love all the girls. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I went in, my favorite girl from pre-show was, I don't know all of them names, but she was a short, little piece of girl, brilliant, very articulate when I heard her at the Flamingo a couple of weeks ago. But last night, that was my favorite girl. And when I listened to her last night, she got a tough question. She got a question about how would it change about breast cancer? And as we all know that this month, the month of October, is Breast Cancer Month, and I stand for women, I support women. I always say early detection is the key. So when I see my girl got that question, excuse me, and she was crying, I was like, oh my God, she got so emotional, and I knew that she blew it then. But wait, I want to give you some time to talk, but I want to talk about the winner. I really want to talk about the winner because when I saw that girl, I think that she defies what a pageant really is. And I'll tell you why, and I'll be very frank and fair. She was a nice little chunky girl, pretty. Oh God, she's talented. She could sing. I would go to her mandate to listen to her singing. That's how much I love her. And I was glad that while I was taking a picture, she was engaging with me. She watched. I snapped the picture. I was able to put up 3 people on my Facebook before the thing. Who's going to win? And out of the 3, 2 people, one make it to the first, one made it to the third. And so I really love my first place winner. I think that she deserves it. And I'm going to tell you why. Talk to me.
Okay, so you mentioned the short, petite girl.
Right.
So that's delegate number 8, Ashmani, and she stole my heart. I was able to interview these girls.
Right.
And she has it all. The beauty, the intellect,
Right.
the personality, and the way she graced that stage last
And
night.
dance.
Even to her performance dancing. And you see that movie, Miss Congeniality? Have you ever seen it?
I don't get time to watch movies, but
my
go
God.
ahead.
So it talks about pageant. I mean, a princess. I'm sorry, but they, her grandma had to train her how to stand up, how to hold her posture, her poise. And when I look at that girl, honestly, it took me back to the movie of
Oh.
how this princess was trained for Genovia. Um, Ash is, I think she became very emotional because it was an emotional, a very touching topic for
Right,
her,
right.
and she related. She could have related to,
Her grandmother.
her grandmother. Um, I think she had the most toughest question. Her question was very challenging.
Right.
It was very challenging, and the emotions got to her, and I think that's when, it kind of like
You
went
know,
a
if I be
little
very
astray.
honest with you, yesterday I listened to one of my friends said, that was a question, that was a tough question,
It was.
a tough question. But then I want to say too, you know what? If you want to win a title, you have to learn to deal with tough things. I would probably cry too. I'm a crybaby. Let me put that right.
Listen, Ken, I was in a pageant once, years ago in 2000, and I believe it was 2010. And I could have related to Ash last night. I could have related because I was on stage and the judge asked me, "What is one motivation in your life?" And because I knew what I wanted to say and how passionate I was to win this pageant, I just became emotional. The words didn't come out. I froze on stage.
Oh, my.
And when I froze on stage, the words couldn't come out. And I walked off. I walked off the stage.
Oh my God, you did.
I walked off the stage, and I felt like, Ash was placed in a spot where she didn't expect that question
Right.
to be asked. It was
Right.
unprepared, and I guess she broke down when she cried.
Oh.
And I do sympathize with her. And
Right.
besides that, I think all the delegates did a phenomenal job. They
They
really
did.
did. They stood out. It was a very tough, it was a stiff competition. It was very tough. It was very tough.
It was tough, but to be very honest, when I look at my girl, Miss Ram, that won the pageant, I think that and I was lucky that I get to speak to one of the judges yesterday, and I said to her, I thank you for judging, and tell me something, why did you choose Miss Ram? And she said when that girl smiled, she lighted up the whole room.
She sure did. Did you see the way she interacted while she was playing her instrumental?
Yes.
Her instruments?
Of course.
And she looked at the crowd and she's just like, "You guys enjoy that?"
Yes.
And
She was engaging.
She engaged in the crowd. She really did. And I think that won a lot of people's heart too.
Yes.
I mean, she was one of the contestants I was rooting for as well. There was a few, and I had an opportunity to actually meet her in person before this whole pageant. I visited Sri Durga Mandir, and I heard her sing. And I must say, she has such a melodious voice.
Yes.
And the way she let's talk about her presentation during that talent.
Yes.
You saw
She stood like a lady.
she sat like a lady, and she was a representation of Mother Saraswati Ma.
Oh.
She was the representation of Mother Saraswati Ma, and I was very proud of her. I was very proud of Selena. She executed her talent very well.
The rest of the delegates, like I said, when I saw all these girls, I was very proud of them. And, as a guy who's going to be 60 years old, I'm always proud when I see young people doing the right thing. They all were beautiful, brilliant,
Of course.
charismatic, they're polite, and I tell you, they all had the package, all that it takes to win. But I had 3 of the girls that I was rooting for. When I say rooting for, that I see stand out. And why I say that, I told you before, and you were like, "Oh my God, Ken." I became a judge in the United States for birds in 2000, I think 16 or 18. And so I get to look at the fine things that a lot of people don't pay attention to. that like the little feathers that's out of place for the ladies and so on. But I was very impressed with them, and so I want to say that Lakshmi and I have to put Padmini in
Of
the
course.
picture in this conversation.
Of course.
Lakshmi, Padmini, and all of them, the ladies behind the scene, and even the men, did a phenomenal job in this Lotus pageant. Unfortunately, I have to tell you, I'm sad. I'm saddened by all that's going on behind the scene. Like today, just before we came on air, a couple of people sent me the news flash where the other young Surinamese girl felt like she was discriminated against,
Yes.
and that you know she didn't fit the culture and everything. That the people behind the scene wanted someone from Guyana to win. And that's a sad event. These are young girls coming up to become our women of tomorrow. And I am sorry that she felt this way. I believe that we need to nurture our young girls to be the best version of themselves for the next generation. I would not say all these things alleged, bullying, and as a psych nurse, I'm talking to you, my hand here. My hand here always standing up when I'm talking.
Can you please bring a sweater, Gita?
No, I'm not feeling cold. I am not feeling
No,
cold.
just being sarcastic.
So the thing is that, you know, I'm being
No, I
very
understand.
careful when we are dealing with young people, especially young girls. And if any one of them, any of the story have any merit inside, listen to me carefully, ladies and gentlemen, if any of these things that they're allegedly saying have any merit inside, I will have to condemn it, because there is no place for bullying,
Yes.
sexual harassment, and the other thing is that I am wondering to know why all these allegations did not come forth earlier in the pageant.
That was my question too.
Why? Why did we wait until the day of pageant day to learn all of these things? 'Cause the truth of the matter is, these are serious things that we need to address. And so, like I said, today's show would just be about the pageant itself, and not about Lakshmi or Padmini. I'm going to reach out to all of them. Like I asked you today, can you get a couple of the girls to come on? Because I believe in hear it from the horse's mouth itself. I don't want to hear second opinion of what people are saying, right? And so we can go and you can go and read some comments what people are saying, and so we could probably read what they are saying. And I see we have a lot of people thinking, so who was responsible to say enough is enough, and that behavior is not acceptable? Michelle Lake, I understand you, and I totally agree with you. Somebody should have said something. And Ramola Prasad says, the Surinamese child left exactly how our Trinidad sisters are feeling in this committee. It's time for unity among us all. And Dave, that's a very good evening to you. So like I said, we don't know, we can't really talk about anything because we did not really get a chance to see anything. You were with the girls more than I do. I was at the front, but I was watching them. I was seeing the best things, the best side of what's going on with the pageant. So you get to interview them. When you interview them, what was your consensus? Did you see any way that these girls were scared? Wait, before you answer, I want to give my take on when I saw them. I know there was one of them that I didn't see yesterday, and I know to my heart, and I swear to my God, that she was one of the weakest one that I saw. She was nervous, and she was like struggling to speak. Her confidence was not all there. So that I didn't see her, I was surprised. But what was your take in seeing all these young ladies there when you interviewed them?
So, you know, I read, I'm reading one of the comments that someone said, Ariana picked side when she made the post, she did support Lakshmi. So I just wanted to clarify that I didn't take sides. I made a post that there is two sides to a story, right? And let the truth prevail. That's one. Just to stir off topic a little bit, and then I'll get back to your question. I've known Lakshmi for quite some time, and I used to watch her on television, and she's always been an inspiration to me. My grandma was in Kings Harbor, and Lakshmi interviewed my grandma, and I saw her on TV, and I reached out to Lakshmi, and I was like, hey, oh my God, you interviewed my grandma. My grandma's like a little, sassy thing, and I was so happy that at 85 years old, my grandma was on TV. Like, that is such an inspiration to me.
Right.
So that's how Lakshmi and I connected. There is no personal gain the way our relationship, our friendship was formed. The only thing I had to say about Padmini was that why did you release it the day of the pageant? Because it could have traumatized these girls. It could have, kept them back. But I was so happy to go there yesterday to that event, to that pageant, and see these girls bloom. I don't know.
Like the lotus flower.
Yes, they bloomed.
Right.
They bloomed, and they were all so beautiful. So I wasn't taking sides, but my thing is that, this people feel that because Lakshmi and I support her and I build a relation with her, I'm gonna side with whatever she's doing. That's totally false. Because I do stand up for what's right, and I haven't bashed Padmini, I haven't targeted her in any way, I haven't took sides. I support Lakshmi and what she's doing, but at the same time, like you said, we don't know, so we have to get to the bottom of it to find the truth out. And someone once said, there isn't no two sides to a story. There's three sides. There's your side, my side, and there's God's side. And we'll have to find out. I don't know, but these things have to be investigated. These are big allegations.
Who you telling?
They're big allegations. So for me to even publicly go and, say that, I support Lakshmi and I don't support Padmini, that's incorrect. And I just wanted to clarify that all my question, and that was the only question I had, was why the day of the pageant? If this have been happening from within the time duration of 6 months, why on the day of the pageant? I felt like it was a selfish act. My humblest apologies to those that feel that, I side with Lakshmi, but I do stand up for what's right. And I do stand up for what's true. And for me, I made a public post that there's two sides to a story.
Right.
And let the truth prevail.
I agree with you.
Let the truth prevail.
Right.
I don't think that that's siding with anyone, because it could be referred to Lakshmi, it could be referred to Padmini. But my connection more is towards Lakshmi, and I will support her. But if it's something that, that the allegations are, they're true, then I wouldn't be happy with that. As a friend, you have to be honest, and if you're trying to be a good friend, then you'll tell your friend like, hey, that's not right.
Right.
That's what a true friend is. So I just wanted to clarify that with the person that said that I was siding. Back to your question, you said I did have opportunity to interview each and every one of these girls.
You did.
And it was a great experience.
Next time, bring me with you.
I think
Bring Kenneth with you next time.
definitely. I will
All right,
definitely give you a phone call and be like, hey, Ken, let's go. Because, nobody knows what happened behind the scenes. I was there for a few hours with Buddy, but that's not what I saw. And like I said, what I'm saying right now, people are going to think that I'm supporting Lakshmi, but this is just from my experience being there that day, interviewing them. She was very nurturing towards these girls. And one of the contestants, the delegates that actually spoke out today, which I was shocked, that post took me by shock. You know why? Because Lakshmi sympathized with her, and she did pull me aside, and this specific delegate was going through some personal problems that, I don't want to disclose it.
Right. We're not going to talk about anybody personally.
But, she did say that, she's going through this, and, she's going to make it. She's going to make it through. And I want her to make it through. So I saw the support, and she welcomed these girls. She was very nurturing to them, very nurturing to them. That's what I saw that day. That's what I saw. That was my experience. Behind the scenes of the rehearsals, what happened between Padmini, what happened with her mom, I can't say yes, it happened, no, it didn't happen because
Right.
I was not there.
Correct.
So I'm only going to speak on my experience while I was there, and that's all I can say.
Wait, I think let's play a song and then I have Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar is in and she will give us. Look, she's smiling, she's hearing us. We will hear what Brown Sugar got to tell
I
White
wish
Sugar.
you were here.
I told her
White
today.
sugar?
I
No
don't
white
know.
Ken. Me got bleach, we get white.
No, 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 no. No, she Brown Sugar, we will be White Sugar. I will go white up your hair and things. But let's play one of my favorite songs that I listen nearly every morning driving to work.
Oh, look at this.
सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया पूरा हुआ मेरा सपना प्यार है सपना सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया
I don't know why it's happening.
तू ही है अब ख्वाबों में मेरे तू ही ख्वाबों में मेरे चाहूं तुझको सांझ सवेरे छोड़ ना देना मुझको सनम छोड़ ना देना मुझको सनम साथ निभाना अपना सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया जीवन भर ये प्यार हमारा जीवन भर ये प्यार हमारा बन के रहेगा अपना सहारा टूट न पाए अब ये कसम टूट न पाए अब ये कसम प्यार न बदले अपना सजना ओ सजना मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया मैंने तुझसे प्यार किया
I don't know what's happening. I can't hear them. Can't hear them.
साथ रहे हम जन्म जन्म साथ रहे हम जन्म जन्म साथ न छूटे अपना सजना ओ सजना
back to From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken on Island Zone Radio. And then guess what? I have the beautiful Miss Ariana V and Miss Brown Sugar. Now listen to this now. Brown Sugar, you are a leading star in our Indian community. You have charisma, you're brilliant, and I want you to speak your mind. I want you to be honest, to be frank, and to be fair. Welcome to this court today. Miss Radhika, what's your take on all that happened?
Hi, viewers. How's everybody doing? Okay, greetings.
Wait, I can't hear.
Radhika,
We can't hear you.
we're going through some technical
Oh,
difficulties.
gosh.
Wait, Radhika, I can't hear you.
Hold on.
Oh,
You
Jesus
can't
Christ,
hear
we
me?
can't hear Miss Radhika.
And now?
So,
Can you hear now?
you go ahead and talk, Radhika.
Can you hear me now?
You go ahead and
Can you
talk.
hear now?
You sound, go
Yes.
ahead, Radhika.
Greetings now.
All right, we could hear you now, baby. Let's rock.
Greetings from the Sunshine State. All right. Guys, I just got off the plane like an hour ago. All
She's a
right.
big celebrity.
Love all you guys. Missing it. Ariana, you look great there.
Thank you. I missed you here. I thought I
Love
was
all
going to
you
see you
guys.
here tonight.
Missing it. Ariana, you look great there. Okay. Hi, Ken. Yeah. Sorry, I had to leave you and run today. Okay. Hi, Ken.
That's okay. I'm hearing a background noise. They have
All
anything
right.
there that could turn off? You have another phone or how much
Can
phone you
you hear
have?
me now? Can you still hear me?
It's
Yes,
better.
I'm hearing you better now. Go ahead.
You're hearing me better?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I was saying hello from Florida to everybody. And last night we did have a great time. We were there to have a great time with friends and support the girls who were up for the modeling for the pageant. You know, we were there to support these girls. Nobody knows the inside story. As everybody is saying, there's three sides to a story: your side, my side, and the right side. So I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of
It went off again.
We lost Radhika. We are not hearing her. Radhika? Anyway, while we're waiting to hear back from Radhika, I don't know why we're not hearing. Let's address this. You could hear Radhika?
Okay, she's
I
back.
can hear you guys.
Go
Yes.
ahead now. Go ahead now. We were not hearing you just now.
Okay. Yes.
She get knocked out. Anyway, Radhika get knocked out, so let's talk a little bit about. There were allegations that made that this pageant was rigged. I want to be very honest. You know, them say Guyana, they say, look, me got a whole set of light above me. Me got a whole set of light above me, and I want to speak the truth. God help me. Listen, I'm going to talk about a whole lot of things here now. Based on a judge. I judge birds every year. I'll be going to Texas in 2 weeks to judge a bird show.
Can you take me with you?
You can go. You and Gita could come along.
Gita, we should have. Pack your bags. You hear?
So listen, couple things. I look at the judges. They all look beautiful. They all did a fantastic job. I was reading these judges. I don't believe last night. And then there was a live broadcast. My live broadcast was started from the beginning to the ending of that pageant. So if you ask me if this thing was rigged before or rigged for last night, I raise my hand. I did not see any rigging went on last night. Another thing I want to address, when you are a judge and you do these kind of things, there is a word that I want to see. Your credibility
It's a lot at
is
stake.
on the line.
There's a lot at stake.
And I met this lady from the Guyana, she's from Guyana, but she also worked with the United Nations. I don't think that she would put her credibility on the line like that.
Exactly.
And I did not believe in my heart that anything was rigged. If they had planned something from before,
Yes.
I don't know. I cannot comment about that. I believe that last night they picked the right girl. And a lot of people like her. right? And I say any one of those three girls could have won this thing. But we know that girl, that one, our delegate, we said delegate number 8. Yeah, I really wanted her to win, but of course she got nervous with her question, and she messed up a little bit. But listen, she's a pretty girl. She'll make it in life. She has a master's degree, and all power to them. Last night while I was there, I said, God, if I had a big son, I would bring him to this pageant to see one of them girls. The all was sweet. If I tell you. Anyway,
Yes.
but it was a nice pageant. It was well put together. And so, like I said, we're going to get to the bottom of this. A lot of things we can't talk about because I don't want to share false information.
Exactly.
But wait. You just remind me something. That young girl, Christina Duki, she was a contestant, right?
Karina
Karina.
Duki.
Let me read what she said. Oh God, but forgive me if I make any mistake. Also, putting together a production like this was a miracle for the first time, regardless of what people think of behind the scene. We are the one that made sure a movie was displayed, and each and every one of the contestants did their best. But there is one crown at the end of the day. But it's the experience that matters. And our management team was beyond amazing. And always remember, if you want a high quality, you have to put in the effort, time, and inspiration to produce this event. And this is the truth. I want to ask Miss Karina Duki, if you want to come to the show, my number is 917-767-2248, and I'll bring you on the show on Wednesday. Anytime you want to come on, let me know. We can do a show. So please, and so you could tell us a little bit of what you went through from your experience, how you started this journey. What did you really witness? And all I ask people to do is tell nothing but the truth. You don't have to tell Lakshmi's side. You don't have to watch Lakshmi's face. Sometimes when you're judged, people will come and tell you, can you choose my bird? My bird in the black cage. And as a judge, I have the responsibility to do one thing, but to choose the top 10 bird and to choose a winner. I can disqualify the bird, or I put the bird at the side. Another thing that I read today. Now, when you're a judge, like when I'm flying in to judge a show, I shouldn't be having anyone who's showing birds in my room. They pay a nice room for you,
Yeah.
Nobody who's showing birds should be in my room. I'm there by myself, or I take my wife with me. On the day of judging, I cannot interact with the people who are showing birds too much. I don't want people to feel that I'm taking sides, right? And so that's how it be. So everything is a learned process.
Of course.
Let's say that the judges was mingling on the day with any of the managers, including Lakshmi and her backstage people. If any of the judge was mingling with them, I would suggest on the next pageant anybody got, you sequestered your judges, you make sure you walk them to their seats, they don't interact with anyone in the audience or in the back room, or you don't take them to the back room. You bring the food and let us sit down in front there so people could watch and see what they're doing. You don't want to have that, because you know what? There is always people in the world who will complain about if you do right or you do wrong. So I tried my very best to be neutral, to prevent any kind of problems. Take the mic, my dear. By the way, you're doing very good next to me. I hope that we can do some more shows together.
Definitely. I would love to be here with you.
Yeah, but let's read some more comments you want to go ahead and...
So, my question, because you see, there were a lot of people that were presently there that actually saw the pageant from the starting to the finishing. Now, some of the people that are, commenting about, their perspective and how they felt, we can only read what's circulating on social media, right? But how many of the comments from, those that are commenting were actually there to experience what we experience? So, like, there, I mean, I don't know what to say. Honestly, I'm trying to be mutual in this,
Right.
and be fair, like you said. But it's we just have to wait and see what plays out. You know.
Go ahead. So, sorry, I'm tempted to.
No, there's a thought. Let that thought. Go ahead.
So I'm reading Colleen Chattergoon comment, and I know Colleen is very active in saying things. Colleen, I love you, and I hope that we'll be friends after the show. Let's go to you, Colleen. Ken, there is a misunderstanding. No one is saying there is the judges rigged the election. However, according to Padmini, they were conversation about rigging the pageant. Well, that's a whole different story now. That's a whole different story.
Can I intervene with that?
Go ahead.
So, when Padmini made the post, right, they said that Ashmani, there were words circulating that Ashmani was going to win.
Who named Ashmani?
Delegate number 8.
Oh, that's my girl?
Yeah, your girl.
Oh, God.
So, you know, the rigging part already was mentioned before the pageant even began. There are rumors circulating that she was going to win. Unfortunately, she didn't win. And I really believe that Ash would have took that crown last night.
Me too.
It's
That's
just,
my girl.
It's just the one question. So if, you know, that's the thing. Even if she won, guess what?
Yeah, people will talk.
People will talk. My thing is, you cannot stop people from talking. You can't stop people from talking. And whether you do good, whether you do bad, people are always going to have something to say.
But I'm going to show you something. But go ahead, you talk. I want to show the audience something that I did at the show when I was there. I'm going to tell you, I got to turn my phone this side because I got a lot of things inside this phone. I want to God, Jesus of Nazareth. I get a trouble wife would beat me up.
I can't even
No.
lean over to even watch.
No, but I took out a picture there the other night, and it is with delegate number 8 because I really thought that she was going to win. But it was going to be a tight race of, you know, who's going to win. Because delegate number 8 and the girl that won, it would have been either one of them. And even to the one that's second runner-up, she was in tight. I love her confidence. Oh,
Yes.
God, she shake her waist. She could dance. She could wear a yellow dress. Wait,
Yellow.
from the
Yellow?
Yes, a yellow dress.
Wait.
Wait. I have to bring.
I
this
know these names, so just describe them. I'll let you know.
She's
These are the
slim.
ones,
She's
these girls.
slim, and she
So that's
is tough.
Sindhu.
Sindhu.
Sindhu, the one that rocked
Oh
that
God,
stage
she rocked.
with the blue. Yes.
I wrote her today and said, "Listen, can you come dance at my show? I'm gonna pay you a little bit money, girl."
Hello. Listen
Yeah.
to me. Wait.
And you dancing
You're
too?
not gonna knock me out, you know.
No. You're gonna
I'm
dance
joking
too.
with you.
So
She did. Oh my
yes,
God, she rocked that stage last night. I was like, wow. You know what I admire about her?
Right.
And I was listening to her, you know, what she's involved in. So she is into like modeling and stuff like that.
Right.
So when I saw her, her performance with her expressions, it was on point. This girl was on point with her moves, the way she moved her hands, just all of her movements, her facial expression.
Right.
It was just immaculate. Like
She's a
I was
star.
like, wow. She had me surprised there. Like, listen, these girls, all of these girls, I must say, they have the beauty, the confidence, the talent.
Let me get out the phone. Yes, go ahead.
And, you know, unfortunately, there's only going to be one queen. But
Right.
by the end of the day, they all did exceptionally well. They
did. I'm proud of all of them.
And it was very heartbreaking that it's only, you know, one queen, but they bloomed last night on that stage. It was the experience I had last night. It was one breathtaking. I can't even. I'm just lost for words. So these girls, they really put on a great.
Look, if you could see my screen.
Oh.
I had my girl. Look at I posed with her before, thinking she would have win this
you
thing.
gotta-
Wait.
you gotta,
Wait.
You gotta bring it.
Wait. Oh yeah, look at her.
Are I think the camera's facing. Watch me take wait for one.
That's
It's
her.
because of the.
Yeah, that was my girl thinking that she was going to win. But oh God, she, you know, like I said, she get a tough question. And so, no, I didn't believe that. And Colleen, I really believe, I hear that people saying that it's rigged.
There's
They
a lot
know
of
the
talking.
winner.
When it comes to pageantry, and you know, I mean, I was a contestant years ago, and there's always talking about rigging. I think that's something you just cannot prevent. You just can't prevent it.
Wait, you know,
Let's talk about the CPL. Let's talk about the CPL. Let's talk about these are things that people are always going to bring up when they don't get like when you
Result doesn't in favor of them.
yes, when the results doesn't in favor of them, that's the correct word you used. They tend to say that it's rigged.
Well, it's
That's the first thing.
When the monkey doesn't get the, and I'm not calling anybody
Oh my
monkey,
God,
please, Lord
please.
Jesus. But when the monkey doesn't get the grapes, what he said?
It's
sour. So,
Did you get that from Ravi?
no, he said that?
Huh?
He said that?
So the rum in my veins. He sang when the fox don't get the grapes,
grapes.
it's sour.
But fox
I've
don't
been-
eat, he get the, fox don't eat grapes.
Well, I was thinking about that, but I was like,
But-
listen, maybe listen.
But you know, one of the things that I want to say, yes, Shanta said it's sour. Love you, Shanta. Wait, you know what? And I gotta be honest with you. Anything, and take out all of these people. Take out all of these pageant. Let's see. The pageant is never before was
That's
senior
Sindhu.
coming.
That's
Oh, Sindhu. Sindhu, how are you?
Good night, Sindhu.
Good night, my Sindhu. Sindhu, thank you very much.
And congratulations.
Congratulations, you look beautiful. And Sindhu, to be very honest with you, you were one of my pick two to win this thing. But, you know, you kept second runner-up. Sindhu, I got to be honest with you. You are a star in your own right. Today I was home and I said to myself, the sky is the limit for you. You're a star and you will continue to be a star. And just go ahead and make our community proud as you're doing. You rock that stage, girl. You rock that stage. You was a professional dancer. And I'm going to ask you one favor. Hear me now. Sindhu, I have an International Men's Day Award coming up on the 19th of November. Girl, if you can come and dance for us, we would love it. Auntie Radhika will call you. I will give you a little dachna, a little change, because I believe in helping our young people. And she is, since that she's watching us, she is very confident, young lady, and I hope that she gets to do all the things that she chooses to do in life. And please, I only hope, Sindhu, let me know when you're ready to come on, you know. The other thing is that I want to say that girls like Sindhu will continue to do great things. And I hope they go on to do good ambassadors. And I want to give all of the delegates that would be listening to this show, or if you're listening to this, never let anybody get into your skin. Never let the negative words that people get to you. Don't let it get to you. In life, you will find people who will always try to pull you down, who will always want to belittle you. But between me and you, and all of you contestants, whether you win, lose, or draw, you are a great human being. And you guys did a fantastic job at the pageant yesterday. Go ahead and fly high, everyone, and continue. When you're flying high, I always remind young people, and I'll tell you too, no matter whatever you do in life, remain humble, but most of all, be kind.
Of course.
Can we go for another song while we look up to some interesting, interesting? And you ladies and gentlemen, you can comment anything you want to do. All I want you to do is to keep the focus on this pageant today. And I believe in everything, like there's a glass full half of water. How are you going to look at that glass of water? Are you going to look at it half full or half empty? Me? Guess what? I look at everything in life as half full. Let's rock with a song. You're watching From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken. But guess what? I got a beautiful young lady, Miss Ariana V. This song for all you beautiful ladies. Don't get disappointed.
It's a human side when things go wrong. When the sin of lingering and temptation strong, कितना इसको समझाता हूँ, कितना इसको बहलाता हूँ, नादान है कुछ ना समझता है दिल, रात ये आहे भरता है, मेरा दिल भी कितना पागल है, ये प्यार तुमसे करता है, मेरा दिल भी कितना पागल है, ये प्यार तो
भी कहने से डरता है ओ मेरे साजन ओ मेरे साजन It's a human side when things go wrong when sin of lingering and temptation strong into the boundary of each married man, and it's no sacrifice, just a simple word. It's too hard living in two separate worlds. हर पल मुझको तड़पाता है, मुझे सारी रात जगाता है, इसी बात को तुमको खबर नहीं है, सिर्फ तुम ही पे मरता है, मेरा दिल भी कितना पागल है, ये प्यार तो तुमसे करता है, मेरा दिल भी कितना पागल है, ये प्यार तो तुमसे करता है, पर सामने जब तुम आते हो कुछ भी कहने से डरता है ओ मेरे साजन ओ मेरे साजन mutual misunderstanding after the fact cold cold heart baby are done by you something's looking bad baby just passing through and it's no sacrifice just a simple word it's too hard living in two separate worlds sacrifice just a simple word it's too hard living in two separate worlds.
Welcome back to From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken on Island Zone Radio. But guess what? This evening, I have the beautiful Ariana Fee. She'll be dancing her hearts away on the 19th of November. And guys, if you want ticket, please don't hesitate to call myself, Shanta Flowers, Radhika Olarti, and you can even call the new dancing queen here. You know, one of the things, let me wait, before you go read that, I'm annoyed sometimes when I look at it on the internet, and today, all the day, I was like, I don't want to get upset to say the wrong thing. You know, but I keep seeing our Indo-Guyanese pulling down each other. If I want to say if you are better than the other person, throw the first stone. Let me say something else too, as we're at it. Yesterday morning, I woke up and I was going through the internet, and I see somebody was complaining about somebody in Guyana that they did this wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to be honest and tell you, if you don't like what people are doing, and you don't know all the complaints you have, be the person that will be the change that you want to see and do it. Don't sit back and complain what everybody does. I get annoyed. Exactly. No, don't sit back in your chair in your living room and complain. Go ahead and do something else. And we're not going to talk about what Lakshmi does with the money. I'm not going to talk how she spends the money. What I want to say is be the change that you want to see in your life. And let's focus, like Roger Singh says, on the girls that's watching, the girls that took part in this competition. Start your next pageant. I got you 120% next year. I'll give you some money to do this. But stop complaining. And one of the things that I don't like about human beings, let me tell you something. Let me be very honest, Ariana V, and those who are watching. When I don't like people, I stay away from them. Yes. When I don't like people, I don't comment on the issue. Stop. if you know what I mean. I still, because if you keep bashing women, pulling down women, it doesn't make any kind of sense.
I just want to intervene on that. You know what's sad is that they use the social media to cyberbully people. And you know, the sad part about it is that they go on all these fake profiles. Sometimes, some people, they go on these fake profiles because they don't want to reveal their true self, you know, and they would antagonize you and bully you.
Yes.
And you don't know how much these things can affect not only women, let's talk about men as well, you know, because men do endure those challenges as well.
Absolutely.
With bullying. And it's unfortunate that, you know, social media, it's a very good platform to use for networking, promotion, and, you know, connecting with friends, connecting with family. But it's also unfortunate that people are using that as a disadvantage.
Right.
You know, and bullying people on the social media. It could be TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And I don't know, what can we do? What can we really do?
Listen, I'm going to tell you one thing. If you do good or you do bad, people will complain. You know what the other thing that bothers me? If you don't like somebody, it's all the poison coming out. I want people to start to look at things. If you don't like somebody or you don't care what they're doing, listen, if they do something good, say they do something good. Exactly. Not everything that they do that you're going to complain that they say bad about it. If you don't have, I always hear all the time, God mercy, I didn't want to get vexed. If you don't like what you see, be the change again. That was something else I was going to say. Be the change. Be kind. Be good. Be all that you want to do. We have a lot of people that's brilliant, that's education. But if you're brilliant and you don't have common sense, it doesn't make any sense. Use your education and your brilliance to make a difference. What about all these young girls here, all your older women, big women, making all these derogatory comments, pulling down each other women? What are we teaching our next generation?
And Ken, this is something that I am not targeting anyone. I just want to make this very clear to the public.
I need more coffee. My coffee's done.
Listen, this is why I said what I said yesterday on my post, that why today to reveal whatever Padmini had to say, right? Like I said, my apologies for anyone that think that I am targeting Padmini, right? But that was the only thing that I disagreed on her act, because, you know, it's not fair to put these girls on the spot the day that they have to showcase their talent and go out there and, you know, perform in this pageant. It is not fair. And it is part of cyberbullying. It is part of if you think about it, it is, you know, and I'm not saying these allegations are true or they're false. I'm not a judge. I'm not here to, you know, clarify anything. But I think even for myself, I think I would be considerate now. Throughout this whole experience, I'm learning myself. I'm not perfect. I will try to.
Neither am I.
I will try to not be toxic or not try to, you know, even if you don't mean bad, to know what the words that we put out there to people. Because you see how everyone thinks that I'm targeting her, but I'm really not. You know, I'm just pointing things out, why I'm basically clarifying why I said what I said yesterday.
Yes.
And I, you know, maybe some people thought it was cyberbullying. That's what
no, I don't think people would go to that extent to say that you're cyberbullying. I would not let anybody stand up to say that about you. Let me be very honest and clear with you. There was something that I wanted to say, and God, that's why I interrupt people when they're talking, because I keep forgetting. But you know what? Let's lift up women. These pageants are about lifting up, helping our young ladies. Let's use our resources. Let's pull together, because let me tell you something. You see, when I look down and I see some names there, which she don't like me call her name, because she get upset, she don't want to support me again. But excuse me, sorry. When we come together collectively, we could move mountains. We could do great things for people in Guyana and all over the place. People who are suffering. Also, Miss Ariana, and to our viewers, all you who are fighting about this and that and Latchme and money and everything, I want you to put the same passion, the same determination to fight against bullying, domestic violence, hunger, right? AIDS, domestic violence, suicide prevention. Do all of that, and then I'll respect you. I have no respect for people who's one-sided or who cannot look at a cup.
Have you ever heard that say, it's
Oh, God.
easier to stand in the shade? You never heard that old saying? How does it go?
Man.
Any one of you viewers can help me here. It goes something like, it's easier to stand in the shade and tell someone who's standing in the sunshine to do the job.
Right.
It's something similar to that, but you got it?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm waiting for our viewers to help me out here because I'm pretty sure one of you know what I'm talking about. You could.
The other thing is that bothers me, when I look on Facebook, right? When you look at people who are doing good shows, and you guys know what I'm talking about. When you look at people who are doing good shows, educational shows, you may see who try to bring up our people. Listen, wait, let me address that one just now. Wait, I just missed my time. What I was going to talk about? Okay, let's talk about someone say when we talk the truth, we block people. Let me be very honest and very clear with the person that says I block one person. And one of the things that I will not tolerate on the Ken Rampersaud Show and from our hearts with Radhika and Ken is people trying to bully people on this show. I will not have any kind of that.
We were just
people
talking about
people should be able to speak their mind and speak what they want to speak and say without you want to pull people down. What about you look at the glass half full? What about some of you look at the great show that we had yesterday? All you want to do, come with a fake profile and make negative comments. And no, I will block you. If you are so strong enough and a man enough and a woman enough, because I will respond to you, put your own profile and come, let's talk. Let's have a dialogue.
Let's have them come here and sit down.
You could come
and
with
maybe
me.
you guys can
Yes.
express how
Listen.
you feel because this is a free platform.
Oh, yeah. I want to say this too. When you were talking about Padmini, in defense to Padmini, because I want to be fair and frank with what I'm saying, we don't know what happened with Padmini and with Miss Lakshmi. So I would not want to know, I would want to hear Padmini say why she put this thing out yesterday than 1 week ago or 2 weeks ago. Or why these things was not reported to the police 6 months ago, or why only now we are hearing about it. So in fairness to Miss Padmini, that's why I said on the beginning of the show, I don't want to bring anybody name in the show because I don't know what went on behind the scene. Our focus today is to talk about the pageant. And I like these pageants because guess what? We give young girls a chance to be themselves, to bring out the best version of themselves and to live their lives.
Exactly.
They're all intelligent girls. Do you know bullying, depression, all these things lead to suicide?
Of course.
So we have to be very careful how we're going to fight on Facebook, let everybody see. And let me tell you something, if any one of you want to come, normally this is not what we do on our show. My show is to uplift people, to bring people together, to share love, to bring empathy, to bring all the empathy I have with all of you. Not to pull down, to drag down, to talk bad about people. This show is not about that. If that's what you think, you can hop off the fender, come off the show. It's not, we are just talking about things that I want, like I said, I want to bring fair comment. And I told all of the guests today, including Ariana, Diraj saw the fire coming, and to Miss Radical Larty. Our show, when you come on, you be positive about people. I don't want you to talk negative about people, even if I know Padmini is bad. It's not my role or my duty to judge Padmini or Lakshmi. I want to see the good in things that people do. And like you said, you're not perfect and I am not perfect. I have made mistakes in my life.
Well, we have a lot of judges here that, they're...
So, you're watching from our hearts with Radhika and Ken. And ladies and gentlemen, let's be empathetic with our comment. Let's show love in the comments that we have. If you don't like Lakshmi, it's okay. You are not going to like everybody, and everybody not going to like Lakshmi. I do so much good sometimes, and I still get bashed, even from those that love me, or those who supposed to love me, but it's all right. At the end of the day, God will judge us all.
Exactly.
Let's not worry about who do this, what. And again, like I said, let's do, if you guys want to start a next pageant, I got you. You guys, listen.
Can I be a contestant?
Yeah, you can. Listen, we never had a male contestant yet.
That would be interesting.
Y'all do one. I'll be the judge. I'll help you. I'll be the judge.
That would be interesting.
But the other thing is, like I said, listen, I can only speak for myself.
Exactly.
I am begging for money. I'm collecting money from people. And I'm collecting money from people. And sometimes people say I go collect money. But it doesn't matter to me, because at the end of the day, when I send a wheelchair to Guyana and I see somebody's not dragging, and they're on a wheelchair and somebody pushing them, or somebody's lying on a wet bed, and I put a Pampers under them, I feel good.
Your heart smiles.
That's what matters.
Exactly.
Your comment and your negativity, yes, it would bruise me a little bit, but I try to be kind with my words with people. Right? Go ahead.
So we'd just like to acknowledge a few people
Go ahead.
that's been, on the live, and maybe you could read the comments.
Oh God, there's a
Say
long
good
comment
night,
here.
somebody.
But oh God, that's a long comment. Let me see. Who is it? I can't see.
Just, you have to
Wait.
pull this down.
Wait. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Not the touch screen. She
Oh,
think me
they
got
think
touch,
it's- oh my
touch screen. Here.
God.
Oh my God, that's a long writing. Oh God, that's.
Oh, that's from Rishtika?
Who's that?
One of the contestants
Um,
that wrote the post.
you
And
know.
we
No,
didn't
no,
touch-
that's not her.
No, but
that's-
someone reposted what
Yeah.
she posted.
Oh yeah, yeah. Someone write that. And like I said, and I did spoke to Ruth today, and Ruth, I know we don't have the information about a lot of things that goes on. But anytime any one of you can help me get the contestant on the show, we want to know what happened.
Of course.
We just like you guys. What happened was there any sort of things that went on? Was anybody abused? Was anybody sexual abused? Was anybody bullied on the show? We don't want that, because I don't think that any contestant, any kind of pageant, that should be the hallmark of any kind. We want the hallmark to be, give these girls an opportunity to be themselves, to do good things, to take up challenges like suicide prevention, domestic violence, fight for things for community. You know what I'm saying? Yes, all the passion that you got, utilize it. I am not saying don't fight for these girls. I am saying if these things are true, these allegations are truth, listen, fight tooth and nails for
Exactly.
them. But if it's not true and you just hear say, I don't want to hear say story too much. Yes, I read that young lady comment earlier today, just before we got on the show.
Yeah, I did.
And I'm sorry if all of this happened. And if she want to come on the show
And express.
and express all that happened to her, bring it on. Bring the
So-
child on.
We're just gonna say good night to, there's a lot. Rowena Lau.
Yeah.
Good evening. Colleen Chatterton. That's
Yeah, Colleen. Wait, Colleen, I want to be honest too. Listen, and that's why we keep the focus today. I was keeping the focus today on the pageant yesterday, because the truth of the matter is I don't have all the information about everything that's happening. Things are happening every day. Yesterday you hear something, then this afternoon, just before we came on the show. So as you guys hear them, send them to me. I would love to read them.
Exactly.
And Colleen, if you can help any one of the contestants to come on the show and talk what happened, I got you. Bring them on. I am ready to listen to anybody. Whereas it's Lakshmi, Padmini, Patricia, Joseph, whoever want to come, I'm ready. Go ahead.
good night to Incognito. Sharmila Ramroop. Good night. Good evening. We got to go up.
The other thing is, Colleen, I got to be honest, I'm not going to let you come on and bash anybody, because one of the things that I learned, if you're going to speak the truth and be honest, I got you. But you have to be, and anybody that want to come on the show, be ready for when I'm going to respond to you back. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because One thing I learned with everybody, a lot of people call me, everybody by talking everybody, and I don't like that. So we all have problems. And unless you can come on the show and be fair-minded, I don't care if you're not talking to Lakshmi. I don't care if you don't like Lakshmi. But if you can come and bring evidence that Lakshmi Singh is a fraud, and by the way, if anybody think that Lakshmi Singh is doing fraud, she's doing this, I could tell you, if you don't know what to do, anybody, call the police. Call 911 and report her to the police. This is not the show for that kind of party. Probably, I don't want to call the other person's name. But what I was going to say, and I don't know some of the other, listen, when people have good shows and they're doing good things, people don't listen to them. When you're cussing, you're carrying, you're cussing out people, you're pulling down people, guess what? You got a lot of viewers, 1,000 viewers watching.
Audience, and that's the sad part about it, is that, for example, you've been giving back to Guyana. You've been doing your charity work. How many people have reached out to you? Right. I know you do have your supporters.
Yeah, I do
and
have a lot
we
of
do
supporters.
thank you for those that actually support you, Ken. But you will see the difference with the negativity and the positivity. How quickly people feed into the negativity. It's unfortunate. Good night to Lisa.
You know, I don't mind people say what they want to say, but let's be fair with your comment. I would not have any one-sided person to come on my show just to bash anyone. That's not what the Ken Rampersaud Show is about.
Exactly.
But if you want to come, anyone want to come, or even like Colleen. Colleen is a brilliant woman, and I believe that Colleen could do great things in our community, and Colleen she do contribute towards my show and to the things in Guyana. Colleen, with all your resources, all the things that you do, you know you're smart. Let's do. I'll go with you. Let's do a men's. How do I put it over, baby? Congeniality show. Colleen, I'll be a guest for you and a judge for you. Let's start something positive. Let's start bashing people, and that goes for everybody. And let's start to do something for somebody. If y'all want to help and to make a difference in the world, start in our community. Start by being kind and by being good. I would not get to respond to everybody's comment, but after the show tonight, we have about 10 minutes more. I will go with probably a Johnny Walker shot or a little red wine, and I'll respond to the community, but to the questions and the comments that you guys. But at the end of the day, I would love to see people like Colleen, who is, I feel is a community leader, and Lakshmi Singh. And don't get me wrong, listen, some things I'm holding back, I don't want to say. I'm praying to God, don't let my mouth loose. But one of the things is Colleen and Lakshmi was best of friends one time. Let me make that very clear. But we can talk about that if they want another time.
My thing is, why, I know people have their differences, right?
Right.
With this whole thing that happened between Latch and Pat, I felt like there could have been a resolution if it was talked about.
I think we could still,
parties.
wait, the truth of the matter is that we could still have a resolution with this.
Yes.
It breaks my heart to know that Padmini was not part of the show yesterday, because it was a phenomenal show. And the Padmini would have been proud to know that she did participate in something and bring the best out of these young girls. We are trying our best. I haven't reached out to Padmini, but I've reached out from people to see if she want to come on. But Padmini should still feel proud that she have contributed.
You can't take her credibility away because she came. Let's just talk about this. She came. She was on board until the last day, and we do have to commend her for that because she was in the process of this. So, good night to Leon. Thanks for
Leon
tuning in.
Susaran?
Yes, he's on.
Oh, we need to bring Lakshmi and Colleen back together. Of course, when we have, oh God, I don't know if she's here, but she's here. But listen, it would be nice when we ladies come together. When the ladies come together, they will do great things. They will achieve better things. It's all right, Colin, but I know that me and you cool. And I would not sit here and lie to say that Colin don't support me in the great work that we do in Guyana. So I would not want Colin to feel that way. But if Colin is saying something, we need to respond. You know what I'm saying? But Colin, no matter whatever the air is, I'll still be the Ken Rampersaud, your buddy, or however it is. Remember I put on the air earlier on my Facebook page, I hope I still have all the friends that I have, not just because I speak the truth. And ladies and gentlemen, I thank all of you for watching. So much of you tuned in tonight. Let's see if we could get some Sunil Ken. Let's talk about Sunil. I have a comment. Why, when the contestants were coming on stage, why it was not mentioned who was the sponsor, as was advertised? I am not sure, but she did mention. I hear when she meant when Lakshmi did mention so and so sponsors so and so.
So they did mention it,
They did.
but I think they also had time duration. So they were also working with time. So that's probably one of the reasons why they, it was displayed on the screen. But, if you're mentioning each one of the contestants every time they come out, their sponsorship, it takes a lot of time away as well.
Right.
So.
And I like Leon, how he said, bring Lakshmi back and Colin together. There are two great women in our community, brilliant, smart. In our community, we need to find ways to bring back these women, because this is what we're going to have. I'm not saying by them, with women. Women can't fight too damn much. They're fighting too much. We need to all be together and be friends. Listen, there is somebody that I don't get along with who I don't know what to say, but I still say hi and hello, because I don't want to feel uncomfortable. At the end of the day, we may not be best of friends, but at least we can be civil and not bash each other.
Exactly. Ken, at one point in my life, we grow. And when I sit back and I look at certain things, sometimes they say an eye for an eye, right? But sometimes it's just better to walk away. And I'm just saying this in general.
Right.
Right? Because, no one wants to be bullied. And I was placed in a spot on social media a few times where I retaliated back.
You did?
Yes. Because in defense. In defense.
Right.
I'm not the person to go and just antagonize someone or bully them, or I have never been that person. My parents didn't raise me that way. However, sometimes we feel that we need to defend ourselves publicly to validate ourselves, who we are. But I work in the educational field now, and I've learned so much because I interact with young children, and to see that bullying starts at a very, very young age.
Yeah.
At kindergarten, pre-K. And you would be surprised. And it helped me grow as a person, to understand more. Nobody wants to be targeted on social media. Nobody wants to be bashed. Nobody wants to be bullied. But sometimes saying nothing and just walking away, it just brings the situation, I mean, if you keep on retaliating, it's not going to stop. It's just going to, there's different ways to handle things.
Sometimes when I see comments, I want to cuss and misbehave. But then there are people who are watching up to me, looking up to me. Like, for example, Roger Singh, who is a great show tonight. You and your co-hosts are looking Irie, Jah Rastafari. Hey, would you like to see her join myself and Miss Radhika Ularti? I think she will do a fantastic job. But if I screw up, Roger will call me.
Oh, yeah?
He will call me, and I appreciate it because, anytime anybody pull me up with love and respect, it's Irie.
Yes.
But don't try to pull me down with hate and malice.
And that's one thing we all need to work on.
Because, like I always tell people, when I'm on the show, I'm a different guy. Everything comes out of my mouth. It goes through my head, my brains, and then to my mouth. I don't speak loosely. Despite I get upset, I hold back. Because there's some things I want to say tonight that I hold back. But I'm like you. I fight back sometimes. But sometimes, let me put this in perspective for you, my dear. Not all the garbage that you see fly past you, you're going to pick up. Hello.
Well
Not
said.
here, not everybody that pass this dog with bark at, held to the no. Some garbage, you let it fly past you. Because the thing is, sometimes, and you're getting me a little philosophical here now.
Well, excuse me.
Yes. You see, sometimes some people, and I don't like to talk like this, because Roger will tell you I like to be positive. Sometimes when people bash you and do all manner of things, sometimes when people belong in the gutter, they're going to fight you and they're going to beat you in the gutter. So you don't go in the gutter to fight nobody's sister. Did you hear what I said?
I heard.
Don't go in the
heard
gutter to
grapevine.
fight nobody because they know all the gutter, what's inside of there. So guess what? I'll stay right here on earth at the top here, at the top level, where I have a better attention. So guess what? When people actually, what they feel inside is that's what they portray on an everyday life. They good, like me when I wake up in the morning, like when I go to my Dunkin' Donut place in what the place, Forest Hills, they want to know what happened to me. I said, baby, I'm happy. I just wake up and I will get a nice Dunkin' Donut caramel flavor, right? With just
I gotta
some-
put that in my notes. Just remember.
Yes.
Carl.
So you're watching From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken. I'm so sorry that Radhika did not get a chance to really tune in. The beautiful Miss Sharmila Rampersaud, good night to you, my darling. Love you like cooked food. Radhika,
Michelle Lee.
yes, man. Rowena Lal, good night to you, darling. And so, yes, we must uplift each
Oh
other.
wow. This person. Their words. You fight with a pig. Pig loves dirt.
Pig love mud.
Love
And
mud.
that's the man, Sirish Sugrim, a man who has been doing a lot of things for people in Guyana. And I'm so proud of him. But he's tired, between me and you, he's tired of all the crap that's going on in the community too. We talk all the time. So it's time that we start to uplift each other, be kind to each other with our words. Mr. Paul Prasad, a very good night to you. Patricia Ram Progress, good night. Cedric Sharif, a good evening to you. Thank you very much. Let's see, let's see who else we have here. John from Queens, a good evening to you. The beautiful Miss Michael Nalini Naidu, they always look good. Miss Shamiza Ali says, as women, we need to empower and uplift each other. Some of us are quick to highlight the wrongdoing of others rather than finding solutions or help that person. Then others listen to the lies of the others and try to bring people down with no proper evidence or credibility. And that's the beautiful Miss Shamiza Ali from Let's Get Real with
Oh my gosh, she's so
Shamiza.
sweet.
She's sweet?
I met her last night.
Yes.
Like we actually, our first interaction. She's
Yeah.
very sweet.
You know, one of the things, as you say, one of the things that you, sorry, I have to clear my throat when I want to get under rattle. In all of us, in you, in all the people that's watching, me, there is good in me, and there is bad in me too.
Exactly.
I pray every day that my good,
Good
will always outweighs
the bad.
my bad. And you are watching From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken. And unfortunately, my co-host did not get to make it. She's in Florida on a family emergency. But you know what? You want to say a closing remarks because it's going to be 10 o'clock. Hit it up. What's your closing remarks? What do you want to say?
I think we just all need to just think before we act. Think about our actions. I mean, you know, how it affects people. Because you don't know how your actions is going to make an impact. On someone.
Correct.
So we should always think before we act. And someone made a comment that I think they said I bashed my husband and his family on social media. Listen, I have a hot mouth and I don't go out there seeking problems, but we also should be able to defend ourselves. And I don't see there's anything wrong with speaking up
Right. Somebody
when
have to speak up.
when you're physically being harmed as well. And you know, so I just want to say that, like I said, and I mentioned it, I've done it where I was, you know, putting stuff on Facebook, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't need to validate anything, you know. So thank you all for tuning in. And tonight was very hot. I seen a lot of comments here. Dave Dilchand.
He is another guy that's making a big difference in our
And
community.
hey, Dave, oh my God, I just want to say that you did a phenomenal job with the girls, with the decor, with every single thing. I commend you for that. And Ken, it was a pleasure being here. I definitely enjoyed this.
All right.
And I love your spirit, your vibe, your energy. I can definitely see myself coming back on. And I'm glad to be here. And thank you all for your support, all the positivity, everyone that's been supporting Ken.
Thank you. Um, Thank you for coming in. Was not here. My brown sugar is in Florida, but we managed to pull this show off. We did a great. I think you did fantastic. I would definitely like to work with you. You are very engaging, I have to say, which is what I like, and that's a great thing. You know, let me talk about Dave Dilchin. But Dave Dilchin's mother and I went to school together. I could remember in class, Standard 4 at the Lenore Secondary School. I know both sides of his grandparents, from his mother's side, his father's side, and so we came a far way. And so I'm very proud to know that he is doing a lot of great things in our community. And if I remember correctly, Dreams by Dave.
Yes, Dreams
I
by
got
Dave.
it. I follow
Dreams
him,
by
but
Dave.
I may not like all the things. No, when I say I don't press like on every kind of Jesus, like so much things.
Yes.
But I am proud of this young man, of all the things that he is doing. Now, I am glad that we are having this discussion today. And I want to say to all those of you who's watching, I want us to all get along, get along, that we could help our community. In my field that I see as a nurse here in New York, I see there is so many people who is struggling. There is some people who cannot afford to buy breakfast, who can't buy lunch, who don't have 50 cents, who don't have $1. Some people cannot afford to eat, and I want us to be good enough to help each other, not to pull down each other. Listen, as I understand you can't like each other or love each other, but at least be civil for the interest of those who need. And I find that when we don't get along, our community will suffer. They will not get the best of us. And that's why I aspire every day. I'm not the most brilliant guy there is. I am not the most educated guy. I am not the most, I got a big head, I just tell people. But what I tell
The
people,
big head is for the thinking, all the
but I tell
the brains,
people
the
I
big
got a
brain.
great smile that I share every day. And so I do that because in my line of work, I manage 60 clients who they don't get a smile when they come. They don't know where they're going to get food to eat. And so I want to be a source of inspiration for those people. I see people don't know, but they don't see people. They choose to stay in the room. The only time they will see someone is when they go to the grocery store. Let's start. If you haven't, tomorrow morning, wake up, smile, give somebody good morning. Some people don't get good morning. Good morning, how are you? How was your day? We know with COVID-19, there is so many people are suffering from mental health issues, depression, people who want to kill themselves. Let's be mindful of the things that we are telling people and what we are saying to people. And like I said before, like I could carry on this conversation all night tonight, but what I say is that if you don't like what Patsy or Pansy is doing, be the change. Go ahead, do it. Our community needs every cent, every dollar, every dime to help each other. I will team up with you. I will give you the airtime. I will sit with you and show you what to do, just for us to have a kind of world. All the resources you got, you can make a difference. You could buy a cup of coffee. You know, what I do sometimes, if I don't really have money on me a lot of times. If I see somebody in the hot sun and they're begging on the street, I will give them a hot cup of tea. Not tea, I will give them a bottle of water in my car. Or if Gita give me some breakfast, I will stretch my hand and I will give them that breakfast to eat. So, and I feel good. There is nothing in this world, you're $1 million, cannot make me feel good than to see that I've made a difference in the world that I live in. Ladies and gentlemen, let's aspire to help each other. Let's aspire to help these young girls who just won, even to those who haven't won. In my book, they all are winners. They all will continue to be great leaders in our community, despite however they cry, whatever they do. And you, ladies, as elders in our community, take these young girls, teach them to be great human beings, not to pull along each other. And to be honest, I don't care what anybody's going to write tonight, but I want this world to be a better world. Even you give somebody a penny a day, make a difference. If you see somebody, like I have a lot of T-shirts, I would, my wife will tell you, I leave home with $20, sometimes I get no money because I buy breakfast for somebody or do something. Do small things. Small things make a big difference in our world that we live in.
It does. It really does.
And if you don't like somebody, stay out of their way. If you don't like somebody, don't say negative things about them. Like there was somebody who that doesn't like me, but guess what? There was people who don't like me, and it's all right. The world is full of look, listen, I am very lucky. I'm a blessed man. You know why? I would pick up my phone and I'll text about 10 people. I hope some of them listening. I'll say I need $50. But I can't talk sometimes because people want to use that against me. I will get any kind of money I want. I could raise money to help the people in Guyana. And I share this because, like, for example, I wake up this morning, I went and collected about 10 boxes of Pampers to send to Guyana. All day today, I was packing Pampers to put away for the summer, for the winter, so I'll get to share it in Guyana. I have no time for the crap. You know what I'm saying?
Amazing.
I spend all day, and then I come and I rest myself. So, my final words to all of you. Be the change. The things where you see people not doing, that you don't like, you go ahead and do it. And I will challenge any one of you ladies.
Exactly.
Come on the show if you want to start a pageant. If you want to start a little pantry. If you want to start a little basket. Listen, if you're a lady, you're in Guyana or you're here, and you want to start preparing breakfast for Guyana, for people who don't have breakfast, I'm going to send you money. I will beg. I have no shame to beg for money. I will call Ariana and say, Ariana, I need food. And by the way, as we're talking about that, let me say very thank you. I just met you the other day. You moved my cheese because I put in the shout box, I need some fried rice for my show. And you give your heart and your soul out and you say, Ken, I got you. I form a group of women with one man inside. And I ask that people help. And all of you, collectively, about 8 of you, decided, I got the chicken curry, I got the fried rice. Gwen said, I got 2 tray of plantain chip. I gonna make this sour because I love to make it sour with love. They're gonna eat out all the plantain chip.
I'm excited.
I went to this guy at the corner, he says, what's his name at the corner here that sells food, the new boy, I forget his name.
Naresh?
Naresh.
Okay.
And I said, Naresh, I'm doing this. He said, you want me to make any food for you? And these are the things that move my cheese, not your $1 million or $1,000. So ladies and gentlemen, to be very honest with you, let's go out. Be great. You see, when we wake up in the morning and we be grateful for life and we be thankful for life, it's a beautiful thing. When you wake up and you have a stroke, you would realize when your mouth twists, you can't move your foot or your hand, then you realize what life is all about. The great Jim Reeves says, this world is not my home, I am just a passing through. And if we all wake up with this in our mind, we would have no room to fight.
And we only pass through once. We only have that opportunity once.
You remind me of a proverb let me see if I remember. I learned it when I was a little boy. I shall pass this way but once. The good that I can do, let me do it now, because I shall not pass this way again. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a nice tune to rock the world. And Sharmila is supporting me 100%. She'll be singing at our show. Listen to my
Good
Sharm.
evening, Sonia.
And Sonia Chandani is there. Shanti Chan, good evening to you, darling. John from Queens, a very good evening to you. Anjani Olarti, a very good evening. Sonia Chandani, my deepest sympathy to you, because I know you lost mommy, and you know that Ken love you and Radhika love you, and we get another love lady here, Miss Ariana. We love you. Call us anytime. This is one of our very own, Sharmila. The first time, and this is what I do, Sharmila will tell you, the first time I was sitting in my office on a Friday afternoon, and I listened to Sharmila was singing, and she mesmerized me. And I pick up the phone the same time, and I said, you don't know me, but I want to tell you, you have a sweet and melodious voice. You are watching From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken on Island Zone Radio. Let's go.
You went over?
To the nation, imperial to the world. This is the girl Sharmila.
Well, welcome back to From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken. I want to say, Sharmila Rampersaud, a very good evening to you. I see, who else was here? Maria Casing, a very good evening to you, Maria. Thank you for tuning in. That's the director of Dream Chaser.
Oh, wow.
Yes, she is a star in her own right. Very proud of that, of this Guyanese. And so, Maria, I wish you all the very best. Can't wait for you. Maria, let me know if you can join us one Monday night. So let's talk about, probably we could talk about empowering women. I want to say, Balika Sugrim, a very good evening to you. Nice chatting with you. And Balika, you are a star. You know, I told you already. You are a very talented young lady. Malini Rampersaud Kemraj. If I got to be honest with you, Malini had a fundraiser the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and I remember her daughter had this lemonade sale. I left the Bronx. I drove from the Bronx, went and picked up Pampers, came directly to them so that I could buy 2 glasses of lemonade, or two glasses of lemonade, because I want to support her young daughter in what she's doing. So we have to sometimes. I was tired, but guess what? We have to go out to the way sometimes to do things.
So you see those small things, like a little child making lemonade and sell.
Yeah.
That's teaching them business techniques, you know
Yes.
that, right? So that is pretty amazing. It's the small things that you teach your children in their younger age is going to help them develop as an adult. So kudos to you on that. I'm very proud to hear that.
Yeah. Imran, thank you so much for
Oh,
tuning
Imran,
in.
good night, Imran.
Sonia
Always
Chandani,
cracking jokes.
yes. Let's see, we have Anjali Olarti, and we're going to get off now because I got to work 16 hours tomorrow. Rajendra Singh, me one plantain chip. You better come on the show by. Better bring your wife and come on the show. And I hope that you guys support me because all the money, the proceedings that I get will be used to help those in Guyana, and you guys will get to see everything that we're doing.
Before we close off, can you just talk about a little about the Internationals Men Awards?
All right. So you know what I see in our community first time, and I'm so glad to be the first time that we have men in our community who have really helped in developing our community, and first of all, developing the Ken Rampersaud Show to make it what it is today. And so I want to let people know, especially the award is going to be for mostly the guys who have donated to me, who support me in all that I'm doing, and yet we have a couple of people in our community that really do great work. So that's what it's all about. $50 for a ticket. It's going to be at Liberty Palace on the 19th, 4:30 p.m. and we will have Sharmala in, and we're gonna have you gonna dance yourself away, and it's gonna be nice. I'm gonna make it nice. There will be a lot of love in that room. I'll make sure I'm gonna empty my glass that day so I can refill the night when I'm sleeping. I'll give a lot of love that day. You are watching From Our Hearts with Radhika and Ken. You want to say anything back?
I think we, we said a lot.
It was
I'm
never
lost.
planned.
It was never planned, but this
plan.
was well executed.
And you know what? Radhika had all the questions. She worked on the questions and she went to Florida. And so neither of us get any question, but we managed to pull this off. So I want to congratulate you for doing this because you stand up to the test with me.
Passed.
With the best. Thank you very much. Have a great night, everyone. And remember,
We gotta get
be
selfie.
good to everybody that you cross away with.